guys, welcome back. This is Sparkle Boot Styling. Today I'm going to teach you FLATLINER, which is a 32 count 4-wall beginner line dance with one restart. I'm going to start giving you a preview of the steps, just walk through so you see what we're working towards, and then I'll teach you the dance. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, kicking off that first 8 count, we're going to start with 2 sailor steps. Start by crossing your right foot behind, your left together, and your right forward. And the same thing on the left. Left, right, left. Counts for that are 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Next, you're just going to point your right foot out to the side, put it down, your left foot out to the side, put it down, kick your right foot forward, put it down, and left foot forward. The counts for that are 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. That whole 8 count together from the top goes 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Second 8 count, you're going to do a pivot turn leading with this right foot. So step your right foot forward, pivot halfway over your left, step it forward again, right, pivot over your left. Now you're going to plant this right foot out to the side and do a little drop. There are several options for how you can style this. Halfway drop for now, I'll talk styling at the end of the lesson. So you step out, you do a drop, then you come back up, clap on and 8. So counts for that from the top of that 8 count. You step forward on 1, pivot 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to make a 3/4 turn using 3 triple steps. Starting here on this 12 o'clock wall, your first one is going to be towards your 3 o'clock wall. So you'll angle your body, shuffle right, left, right, swing your left foot around. Now you're towards your 6 o'clock, left, right, left. Step your right foot out towards your 9 o'clock, right, left, right. So you'll see we made a 3/4 turn going over our right shoulder. The counts for that are 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Here you're just going to bring your feet together and kick your heels out to the side and back in. That's on 7 and 8. So let's do that whole third 8 count with counts. You just did your clap on 7 and 8, triple 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. For the fourth and final 8 count, you're just going to shuffle your heels and toes to side. So if you started on your 12 o'clock wall, you'd be facing your 9 o'clock at this point. I'm going to turn toward 12 o'clock again so you can look at my heels. You're going to kick your heels over to the right, then your toes, then your heels. And then you go back the other way, over to the left, toes, heels. So the counts for that, you just did your little heel click on 7 and 8, 1 and 2, left, 3 and 4. You're going to finish just by taking 4 steps. Start with your right foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. As you're doing those, you're just traveling a little bit forward. So again, that final 8 count, I'm going to turn towards my 9 o'clock wall again because that's where we'll be at this point. It goes 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's do the whole dance all the way through. I'm going to do it twice through, one with cue words and one with counts. 5, 6, from the top. Sailor step, point, point, kick and stomp. Pivot, turn, drop and hold, clap, clap. Triple step, triple step, heel click, heel toe, heel, right, left, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the restart, this happens halfway through wall 3. So you're going to do the first 16 counts and then go back into the sailor steps. So if you start here on 12 o'clock, this is your first wall, your second wall, your third wall. So you'll do your first 16 counts, which is the sailor step, point, point, kick and stomp, pivot, turn, drop, and up, clap, clap. Right here, you're going to do your sailor steps again. You start over 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So again, that only happens one time, just right in the middle of wall 3. Okay, let's go back and talk about the styling on that drop. So in the step sheet, there are 4 options. The first one is just that basic little half drop that we did. The second one is you can go all the way down. So you'll stomp, drop all the way down to the floor, then come back up for your clap claps. The third option that's in the step sheet is called a pin drop. This is kind of a more technical, challenging move. I don't know if I can actually do it, but I'm going to try. You hook this right foot behind your left knee, and then you drop down and like corkscrew unwind. So you would pivot, turn, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Finally, they include a push-up drop as an option in the step sheet. So if you want to do that push-up drop, you go 5, 6, 7, and 8. Please only do that one if you have room on the floor. Sending your legs straight back like that, often there's not room for that. But I just wanted to show you all the options that were included in the step sheet. I usually just pivot, turn, body roll, and clap, clap. As opposed to dropping your body down, you can also do a hair flip there. A lot of people do a lot of different things. My most common option is just the body roll, but you basically have 2 or 3 counts to drop down, whatever that means to you, and then just come back up and hit those claps on the 7 and 8. As for some other styling options, usually I leave the sailor steps just as is because it's the first move. You want to hit those right. But on the point, kick, that often becomes a high kick for me if I have room on the floor. Same thing with that next stomp. You can make that a little more dramatic. On any pivot turn, you can always add in a hair flip if you have your hair down. So you would flip and then come up. Same thing, you can do it both directions if you want. Flip up. You can also do a hair whip there, which is where you draw your chin in a circle and you whip your hair around. You can do it one direction or both directions. Usually I only do it one because doing both makes me dizzy, but that's just a personal problem. Same thing on pivot turns. I often take a drop option where I'm like dropping as I'm turning. I already talked about all the options on that little drop and clap. On these triple steps, you can add in some extra turns if you want to. I always like doing that. If you are going to do it in this dance, it's just really important to keep track of which wall you're facing, which wall you need to be ending up on. If I'm starting here on my 12 o'clock, you go triple here, triple here, triple here. I want to end over here on my 9 o'clock. So if I was to be adding extra spins, it would be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now the music is quick, so executing those in time is a little challenging. Usually I just do it on the last one, on the third triple step, just so I get my bearings on the first 2, and then I can style that last one before I go into the little heel click. Finally, on those little heel toe heel shuffles, sometimes I add a little extra spice just by putting my toe out, and then joining it back together for the left side. You can also go right, left, left. I find that it doesn't really work too well to do the fancy little toe thing on both sides, just because your balance gets kind of thrown off and you have to do a weird little foot switch thing. And then finally, on those last 4 steps, you got 4 steps walking forward. You can do whatever the heck you want. There's so many options. I'm always a big fan of extra spins, so sometimes I'll add an extra turn in there. I'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 back into the sailor steps. If I'm doing it on those first 2 steps, it goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2. If you want to do it on both of those steps, you go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2. The trick with both of those spins is that you're putting most of your weight on your right foot and you're turning over your left shoulder. This left foot is just the foot that steps back down, anchoring you towards the wall that you're working towards. So let me do it in slow-mo so you can see it. I spin on my right, anchor down on my left, spin on my right, anchor down on my left. That'll just help keep you from getting turned around and ending up on the wrong wall. Okay, I'm gonna walk through the whole dance again, adding in as many of those styling points as I can, just so you can see how some stuff fits together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thanks so much for dancing with me today. I will have this dance demoed to music on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, so if you want to watch that, if you learn better with music, go check those out in either of those locations. Otherwise, please feel free to check out my other line dance styling lessons, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see y'all back on the dance floor. Bye!